Hello guys, welcome to your second C programming tutorial, and today in this video I'm going to be teaching you about variables. So what variables are essentially location names of location of memory in the computer. These are used for storing data which is inputted by the user or used for calculations. So the basic way of declaration of a variable is just this. You see the part that I highlighted here, int space a followed by a semicolon. Int here specifies the variable type, that is an integer, and a is the variable name followed by a semicolon. So basic syntax is variable type followed by the variable name. Okay, don't mess this part up. Now there are several types of variables, and you need to know all of them essentially. So an integer stores integral values like 1, 2, 3, -1, 5, but not decimal point values like 4.5. Okay, and to store decimal values we have another data type known as float. Now float is essentially a floating point number or a number which can store a decimal value like 3.14 and -1.7, etc. Okay, now if we want to store, let's say, characters like ABC, like a equals a, you cannot put a character in a number, so for that we have a data type known as char. Okay, so this can be any alphabet or symbol or even a single digit. Okay, so these are the three basic data types in C programming. I'm going to be teaching you about these three variables in this tutorial. So let's begin. How do we take input from the user? So first, usually you provide a prompt, please enter a. Okay, now as the user sees this prompt on the black screen, now he will enter a value. So to enter a value we will use this scanf function. Now look at it carefully how I write this function. You see, scanf bracket open, quotes open, percentage d quotes close, comma, and a bracket close, and then a semicolon. So this function scanf has a very, you can say, it's very prone to errors. You can make several errors while writing this, very small errors. For example, you might forget to put this and the program will run. It will not show any error or anything like that, but once it starts running it will crash suddenly and you don't know what happened. There will be no red flags or whatever. So you need to be very careful that you follow this exact format. So I'm going to be telling you the details about this now. This percentage d is known as the format specifier. Percentage d stands for a number, that is an integral value that we will be inputting. And where will we store that value? We will store that in the variable a. Okay, this and a, the significance of the and sign will be explained to you later on as you proceed in the tutorial series. Okay, so this is the basic way that you scan a number, that is an integer. So now if you want to input a decimal value, please input b. Alright, so I will scan the number. Now pay attention, the format specifier here is percentage f for float. Alright, so you have to put percentage f for float. Now next, if you want to input the character, please input c. Alright, scanf. Now be careful here, see, I have put scnaf instead of scanf. You have to put scanf. Okay, be very careful about these small things. Even regular programmers are prone to these errors, as you can see. Now scanf, percentage c and c. Okay, so essentially we are taking these three inputs. Next I will be outputting them on the screen. Now pay attention how I output them. Okay, this is known as printing it in a beautiful way, like the user can see it properly. A, not the capital A, then percentage D, then a slash n for the new line as explained to you in the previous tutorial, B, percentage F for float, and another slash n, then C, percentage C for a character, new line to end the input. Now if you run this program, it will run but will not show the correct output. You need to put the correct form of printf here. So you have to bind this percentage D to some variable. Be very careful. Regular people, most of the beginners usually make this mistake. They just write this, there are no errors shown by the compiler, and the program runs and you don't get the output and you have no idea what's going on. So be careful, you have to write it exactly like this. See here, A, B, C. This binds A to this percentage D, B to this percentage F, and C to this percentage C. Okay, be very careful about that. Now let's run the program and see if it works properly. So here we have an error. I've written percentage B, it should be AND. Okay, and here we go. Please enter A. Let's see a number. Let's write 112. Please input B. Let's write 3.14, and it did not input C. Okay, so let's see what the problem is here. Now yes, now this is another small problem in this that you have to remember. Many a times you will suddenly get your input skipped. To remove this error, you need to put a space before this percentage C and run the program again. So let's enter A. I'm entering 12, the same values as before. Now I can input C. Let's put C as, let's say, @ @ is difficult to see. I'll put O, no, P. Okay, P, capital P, and there we go, the output. Clean, clear, simple. So I'm just going to repeat everything again. There are variables in C. There are several other types of variables, except these three variables. There are other types of variables as well, but these are the three basic data types: an integer, float, character. Okay, so when you input a number, this is the way you input a number. You give a user a prompt, although it is not compulsory for you to give the prompt, but it is user friendly. Alright, and then you put a scanf, then a printf again and for the prompt, and then the scanf. So you input it using the scanf function and output it using the printf function. Okay, you're scanning just like you scan from a, let's say, scanner. Okay, you're scanning from the keyboard, the keys that the user is entering. Okay, don't make mistakes in the syntax of the function. It's very important. You have to put these double quotes, percentage and comma. Everything should be absolutely in position. I know it's a pain, but this is the way it happens. In C also, for inputting characters, it is advised to put a space here. You can avoid this by simply not outputting anything before this. You can simply input it from the beginning like this. If I put the statement right here, I can remove the percentage C and the program will work. Okay, these are small errors in the C language. It's quite an old language, but it's the best language for beginners to learn.
Guys, for watching my second C programming tutorial. If you want to view more background study material on this video, please visit my website digitalmachine.in. Link is in the annotations and in the description below. I've also included annotations for my C++ and Java programming tutorial playlist. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.